A criminal charge doesn't have to end a person's story, but once they've entered the legal system, they are at risk for making some of the same mistakes that led them down that path. Here in Jackson County, we have a dedicated community justice department that focuses on helping individuals look forward and write a new chapter for themselves, all while keeping our community safe. You may have some preconceived notions, but after this video, you might be surprised about community justice today.
Community justice is based on the principle that no one agency can adequately provide for all of the needs of a justice-involved individual. The criminal justice system has many players, each doing their part, and community justice is that part where all players come together to make sure our community has safety, that the people involved have the opportunity to change, and that we have the best value in providing services for our community, keeping it safe while helping individuals change. For adults in Jackson County, community justice provides supervision, supports, and sanctions when necessary, utilizing evidence-based approaches across the board. By utilizing partnerships within the community, we can enforce conditions of supervision while making sure individuals have the tools they need to succeed. Working collaboratively is one of the things we do best, and it is the unique function of community justice within the criminal justice system.
It's no small feat. That is why we have a team of talented and caring individuals across multiple programs who work in tandem to achieve three main goals. Enhance safety for victims and community by reducing recidivism and the impact of further crimes. Create behavior change for individuals through collaborative coaching, surveillance, and intervention. Provide customer service through fair and individualized justice through teamwork and partnerships. Jackson County Community Justice does this with tried and true methods that have been used across the country and have research that backs up their effectiveness. These are called evidence-based practices, and they inform the specialized training that our probation officers undergo to better serve the specific needs of our clients. So what is gender-responsive supervision?
Our system was designed with males in mind. So a lot of the strategies, supervision, sanctions, interventions, treatment, styles was designed for men. So we now refer to that as gender neutral because that's just the majority and that's who we primarily serve. Gender responsive was developed through the use of the WRNA. It's the Women's Risk Need Assessment tool. So we started looking at the way in which women do supervision. Why are women in the criminal justice system? How did they get here? How does their pathway look differently than a male's pathway coming into the system? What the research showed us was that women enter into the criminal justice system in a way that's really different than how men enter in. So we started looking at how do we develop a criminal justice system that works for the women. So taking that into account, looking at the Women's Risk Need Assessment, figuring out what their criminogenic needs are, what are their risks, what are their motivations. How do we then develop treatment, services, sanctions, and supervision that is designed for their pathway and their needs within the system? So it's really looking at equity versus equality. So trying to make sure that what we're doing is effective. So how we're treating them is the ways that are the most effective to reduce the recidivism, because treating them the same way we did men, it wasn't effective. We weren't having the same results by treating women with gender neutral strategies. For folks that are non-binary or transgendered, they get to self-identify whatever they need. If they would rather choose the gender neutral, if they would rather choose the gender responsive, they get to make that choice, and we want to support that choice.
Is the gender responsive supervision program specific to Jackson County?
Nope. Gender responsive is national. Jackson County adopted it about 4 years ago. There were other counties in the state who had already rolled out gender responsive units. We all work together statewide. We share resources, we share trainings, we share curriculum. We come together to learn new information and better styles and strategies of supervision.
How do you determine the effectiveness or the success of a gender responsive program?
So early on, one of the ways that we were able to see that this was being immediately effective was that they stopped absconding. They started reporting and engaging in treatment and services. We compared a gender neutral caseload versus a gender responsive caseload, and the cost savings just in jail usage, when we started targeting the right needs for women and responding to them as the evidence told us we should, we didn't have to use jail as much. So we were able to drastically decrease the number of jail beds that we were using just here in our local county.
Thank you for learning about community justice today and the ways in which we are redefining public safety. We are proud of where we are today and look forward to the next chapter in community justice.